What is up, my friends? I'm Kitsumi, and today I'm going to show you how the best overdrive for your tone might just be an EQ. Before we get started, I would greatly appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button down below, leave me a like, and leave me a comment. Alright, first things first, let's listen to the riff I wrote for this song. Bonus points if you can guess what song inspired it. Let's get started. So I said the best overdrive for your tone might not be an overdrive as we know it. It might be an EQ. I had this idea, or rather, I saw this idea when I was researching the Fortin Grind pedal. I think the 33 does the same thing. They're not overdrives in the conventional means. They don't clip your signal in any way. Instead, they're pretty much just an EQ boost or a filter, I guess, that has a gain stage that you adjust how much gain pushes into your amp. So I did some research onto exactly what they're doing, and there's a channel that I had already very much enjoyed, Plague Scythe Studios. I'm going to go ahead and link him here. He's really cool. Got a lot of really good information from him. He did the same research. He also has a video on this, and he had a friend or somebody he knew who had a Fortin Grind pedal, and they did some frequency analysis on it as you turn the knob. And they got measurements on exactly where the grind pedal is boosting and where it's cutting and exactly what that curve looks like. So I took that video and I pretty much tried to recreate it as exactly as I could in Pro Q3. If I remember, Plague Scythe did it in the Axe Effects, I think. Don't quote me on that. But let's take a look at my guitar chain here and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So you get normal stuff, gate, compressor, EQ, amp, gate, IR cab, and then another Pro Q. So this here is what's really important. This is how I attempted to remake what Plague Scythe found out the grind pedal looks like. It's pretty much this shape exactly, boosted by exactly the same measurements, and then the output I brought up by exactly the same measurements, 10 dB. So let me go ahead, turn that off, and solo the guitar tracks here. It's pretty weak, but let's go ahead and kick that on. Suddenly it's way meaner. It has that nice mid-range growl to it, and it's not muddy at all. So especially because I'm using an 8-string guitar, you're going to want to cut out a lot of that low end there because that's just going to be muddy and just eat up all the headroom in your amp. And it's not going to sound good when it goes into an amp's distortion channel or hits that gain stage. So go ahead, take all of that out, and then you're going to boost around the 951K region because that's just a very pleasant region for modern metal guitars. That tends to be where, you know, Djenty chugs and a lot of just detail and nuance lies in your playing style. So boost that and then take out a lot of the high end here because it's not really needed. You don't really get a lot there anyway, and you're just kind of cutting out any excess frequencies before you hit your amp so you can kick the gain way up and not have it sound really all over the place and dirty. So all right. So just to give you an idea of my full chain, this is going into Redtone here. These are my settings. You can see I have the grind kicked up a little bit, gain way down, PA drive way down, all that kind of stuff. Feel free to copy that. Going into ML Soundlab's best IR in the world, as always. And then ending on a little EQ here, just getting rid of some resonant peaks and some noise and whatever. And then I just have two different boosts on the left and the right just to make it sound a little bit wider, normal stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to default this and then just remake it for you guys here. So We kind of already have an idea of what the shape should look like, and we kind of know what works already. And because with Pro Q3 or any other EQ, you know, you have free reign now to tailor this curve to what suits your playing or your guitar or what may have you. So let's just go ahead, start playing. Okay. We'll do a little, let's sweep this frequency. A little bit more low end in there. .100 tends to be a good frequency for the bass in the guitar. And then let's get some mud out of there. Probably like so one interesting thing here that you can do is you can boost different frequencies on the left and the right and then have a wider sounding set of guitars in stereo. So let's do one on the left there, and we'll do one on the right here. All right, so we've got a cool curve built out here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hear into the actual output, and then we're going to adjust that until it sounds like it's hitting the amp pretty hard, but not enough to overwhelm it and make it sound really overcompressed and flubby. Cool. All right, let's hear what that sounds like in the full mix. All right, yeah, so this was kind of an odd one. I really just wanted to share this cool tip I found and thought it might be useful to, you know, somebody who might have never thought to do this before. Overdrives are really cool, but they have kind of a set character. So if you're looking for a different kind of tone, this is a really cool way to achieve it because it gives you total control over how the amp is going to react to your guitar in a way that you don't really get with a, tube screamer or anything like that. Granted, this is different in a way that there's no real clipping involved. There's no distortion. You're pretty much just driving your amp harder, but it works really well. And I mean, if it's good enough for Fortin and, Meshuggah, then it's good enough for me. So, all right, everybody. This was kind of a random tip, but I hope you got something out of it. And if you put it to good use, let me know how it worked out for you in the comments. I'm Kitsumi. I'll see you guys.